Welcome to Life in My Greenhouse. Today, as an extra special thank you to all of my new subscribers, I have this delicious make-ahead shrimp seafood casserole recipe that you are going to fall in love with. This casserole can be enjoyed for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or even for your special date night. You'll learn the secrets for making a delicious bechamel sauce from scratch. You'll be able to customize your ingredients to include any seafood you have on hand. We'll use tater tots as the base to save you some time. I'll show you all the mouth-watering herbs and spices required to make this super delicious and easy, so good seafood casserole. To get the most out of this recipe, I encourage you to watch the video all the way through to the end. The tips I share will help to bring your casserole to the next level. As a thank you in advance, I've also included the list of ingredients and measurements at the end of the video. So, without further ado, let's get started. Start by greasing a 12 by 8 inch casserole dish, approximately 3 inches in depth. Lay your frozen tater tots evenly across the dish. Once complete, set your baking dish aside for assembly. Next, finely slice 1 small onion as well as an array of colorful peppers, about 1/4 of a pepper each. We'll also use 3 cloves of garlic and fresh chopped green onions as well as thyme. You'll also need 1 cup of shredded white cheese such as Gouda or white cheddar if you have it on hand. If you don't make that stop you from making this delicious seafood casserole. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to a pan on medium heat. Then saute your onions. Add fresh or dried thyme to your onions. As your onions caramelize, remember to stir them occasionally. Next, go ahead and add your bell peppers to the pan and saute as well. We'll begin to build the flavors to set your casserole apart. Add 1 teaspoon of basil along with 1 teaspoon of oregano. Next, add 3 cloves of crushed garlic to your sauteed peppers and onions. Stir for about a minute or two until all the spices and ingredients start to melt together. As we prepare our pan to introduce our seafood, I'll add 1 tablespoon of butter to the pot. For my seafood combination, I'll be using shrimp, crab meat, smoked salmon, and top with crispy air-fried calamari. However, you can also add coconut shrimp or anything else with a crispy texture to top it all off. When your butter melts, add approximately 300 grams of clean deveined shrimp to the pan. Next, add a teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning to your shrimp. Using a wooden spoon, gently stir your shrimp. After about a minute, add any additional seafood to your casserole. I'm now adding my crab meat. Gently stir the seafood to incorporate all the flavors. We don't want to overcook the seafood because that will result in a very rubbery texture. Instead, we want to gently combine the flavors and set the seafood aside. It's now time to make our mouth-watering bechamel sauce. The process can be intimidating, but I promise you, if you follow my step-by-step guide, it will come out perfectly. To a saucepan on low heat, add a 1/2 stick or 1/4 cup of butter. The secret is to have a 1-to-1 ratio of flour to butter. This tip will make it easy for you to remember when you start to make your roux. To prevent this from burning, make sure that your heat is on the lowest setting. We'll now add a 1/4 cup of flour to the pan, mixing the flour and butter together. Be sure to stir constantly. Let that cook for 2 to 3 minutes and remove your pan from the heat. You want your mixture to be frothy and creamy. This is the sign that you're ready to move to your next step. Now add 1 cup of milk to your mixture. Using a whisk, whisk vigorously. The mixture will thicken at this stage. At this point, add an additional cup of milk as you continue to whisk. Now add your pan back to low heat. Continue to cook the flour into the milk mixture. Remember to keep stirring until it's creamy and smooth. Continue to cook on low for an additional 3 minutes. As an option, you can add a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg at this stage. I decided to keep it out because I really like the balance of flavors with the shrimp and fresh lemon juice that we're using for this recipe. Instead, I added a teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning. And just like that, your bechamel sauce is complete. Before we incorporate our seafood, add 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice to your seafood mixture and stir. Then add your seafood to this mouth-watering sauce. This smells so delicious. I guarantee that everyone around you will find this irresistible, even before it's done. Gently mix together until completely incorporated. Oh, this is so good. It's now time to assemble. Add a layer of shredded cheese to your potato bites. To 2 cups of milk, add 4 eggs. To this mixture, we'll also add all of our seasonings. Add a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of ranch-style seasoning, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Then go ahead and whisk until combined. If you missed that, not to worry, I've added a recipe card for you at the end. Set your egg and milk mixture aside. Now add your seafood mixture to the bed of potatoes and cheese. Now I'm sure this would be just as delicious if we were to bake it just like this. However, we're bringing this to the next level. So go ahead and add your egg and milk mixture right over the top of this casserole. This is a game changer in the texture and overall finish of this casserole. I reserved a bit of our seafood stir-fry mixture to add on the top. Now this step is optional, it just makes for a better looking casserole in the end. Now go ahead and add the rest of your cheese. Make a nice thick layer on top. Now to answer a question from one of our new subscribers. If you wanted to substitute the potatoes for cauliflower, go right ahead. My advice would be to reduce the amount of milk by 1 cup, as there's a lot of water in the cauliflower. You can also use another low-carb substitute, chayote, as the base. However, again, reduce your milk by 1 cup. I now went ahead and added smoked salmon to the top of my casserole. I sprinkled fresh chopped parsley and green onions straight from our garden to the top. Go ahead and smash the like button if you love what you see. At last, the prep for your casserole is now complete. You have the option to bake it now or place it in the refrigerator until you're ready. If you choose to bake it now, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Be sure to place your dish on a baking sheet just in case it bubbles over. Cover your casserole with foil and bake for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, Remove the foil and bake for an additional 30 minutes. Now, I know it will be extremely tempting to cut right into it from the oven. However, let your casserole rest for 10 to 15 minutes. And just like that, you've made a delicious seafood casserole. I decided to add crispy calamari to top it off. I placed my calamari bites into the air fryer and then topped the casserole at the end. I guarantee this will be a crowd pleaser. And although we don't have all the solutions to fix the many problems of our world, this I guarantee will put a smile on someone's face. I'm so happy that I had the chance to share this recipe with you. Can you do me a big favor? If you don't mind, can you give this recipe a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel? I'd love to be able to continue to provide you with mouth-watering recipes. And as a thank you, I've included this recipe card for you. In order to personally welcome you to the Greenhouse family, please type seafood in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, my beloved. Remember to share this recipe with a friend. Take care of yourself, won't you? And remember, the grass is always greener where you water it. See you next time.